Detection of tumors compressing the lungs during an appendectomy. Detection of tumors compressing the lungs during an appendectomy. Recently, a 58-year-old female patient in Dong Da District, Hanoi, suddenly discovered a large tumor compressing her lungs while undergoing appendix surgery. Before that, the patient is in normal health, with no signs of fatigue, pain, or discomfort. Upon arrival at Hanoi Oncology Hospital, through scans, doctors determined that the patient had a tumor measuring 11 by 10 centimeters that had compressed, causing collapse of almost the entire left lung, adhering to the pleura, heart membrane, and relatively thick pleural fluid. Dr. Phan Le Thang, head of the foreign unit as required at Hanoi Oncology Hospital, said that the patient's tumor has a large size and many feeding vessels, causing blood vessel proliferation and sticking surrounding organs, making the surgery process difficult to stop bleeding and remove tumors. If not detected in time, the tumor will develop invasively in both lungs, causing shortness of breath and respiratory failure. The surgery will be even more difficult. In addition, thoracic surgeries have the peculiarity of having narrow incisions. Only a small incision can be made between the slits of two ribs to insert surgical instruments into the lumpectomy and stop bleeding. Therefore, surgeons need to have experience and high professional skills to be able to perform operations correctly, avoiding massive blood loss that threatens the patient's life. After 2 hours of surgery, the entire tumor has been removed. The patient does not need any more blood transfusions. After 3 days, the patient had the drainage tube removed, and their health is stable. Anatomical results show that the tumor is a type AB thymus adenoma. Thymus adenoma is a rarer disease than other cancers and almost does not show symptoms in the early stages, but when suffering from this disease, if examined and treated promptly, the chances of survival are very high. Therefore, Dr. Phan Le Thang recommends that people have regular health checkups to promptly detect abnormalities in the body, especially with some types of diseases silently developing only when the disease is in its late stage. Based on the news in the VOV2 newspaper on Thursday, June 22, 2023. This content is mainly for the purpose of learning and expanding your English vocabulary. We are learning American English. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Thank you for considering subscribing to see more exciting videos.
Some new vocabulary. Appendectomy. An appendectomy is a medical operation to remove the appendix. An appendectomy is a countable noun and is a medical operation to remove the appendix. Appendix. The appendix is a small tube-shaped part that is joined to the intestines on the right side of the body and has no use in humans. Appendix is a countable noun in body parts, and the plural noun is appendixes. Example of an appendix in the sentence: she had her appendix out last summer. She had her appendix surgically removed last summer.
Other meaning of appendix in English. Appendix is a countable noun in book parts, and the plural noun is appendixes or appendices in the UK. The appendix is a separate part at the end of a book or magazine that gives extra information. Appendix is a countable noun in book parts, and the plural noun is appendices in the US. The appendix is a separate part at the end of a book or report that gives additional information. The appendix is a separate part at the end of a report, legal document, book, etc. that gives extra information.
Tumor. A tumor is a mass of diseased cells that might become a lump or cause illness. A tumor is a mass of cells in the body that grows faster than usual and can cause illness. Example of a tumor in the sentence: they found a malignant tumor in her breast. A benign tumor. A malignant tumor. A brain tumor. Oncology. Oncology is the study and treatment of tumors in the body. Oncology is the study and treatment of masses of cells in the body. Oncology is an uncountable noun and is the study and treatment of tumors in the body. Oncology is an uncountable noun and is the study and treatment of masses of cells in the body. Example of an oncology in the sentence: the study examined the stress levels experienced by nursing staff working in the oncology field. Researchers investigated the impact of a grief workshop specifically designed for pediatric oncology nurses on their levels of grief and perceived stress. In cancer clinics, studies have been done to examine how well oncologists and oncology nurses can intuit their patients' suffering. This book provides a comprehensive and most recent overview of gene therapy approaches in oncology, including the approach discussed in this review. In our sample, cardiologists report different experiences than their oncology and primary care colleagues in end-of-life care. This study examined parental perspectives regarding bereavement services at a pediatric oncology treatment center.
Cancer. Cancer is a serious disease that is caused when cells in the body grow in a way that is uncontrolled and not normal, killing normal cells and often causing death. Cancer is a disease in which cells in the body grow without control, or a serious medical condition caused by this disease. Example of an oncology in the sentence. He died of liver cancer. It was a secondary cancer. Cancer of the cervix is a malignant condition that primarily affects the cervix, the lower part of the uterus. Cancer of the stomach, also known as gastric cancer, is a malignancy that originates in the cells lining the stomach walls. Lung cancer is a type of malignant tumor that develops in the tissues of the lungs and is typically caused by long-term exposure to harmful substances such as tobacco smoke. Bowel cancer, also referred to as colorectal cancer, is a malignant growth that arises in the colon or rectum, often originating from precancerous polyps. Breast cancer is a type of malignancy that forms in the breast tissues, most commonly in the ducts or lobules. It predominantly affects women but can also occur in men. Male breast cancer is a relatively rare condition characterized by the development of malignant tumors in the breast tissue of males, often with similar risk factors and treatment approaches as seen in female breast cancer. Cancer cells are abnormal cells that divide and multiply uncontrollably, forming malignant tumors and potentially spreading to other parts of the body through a process called metastasis. The hospital provided comprehensive care and support for the cancer patient, including medical treatments, emotional counseling, and a personalized treatment plan.
Surgery. Surgery is the treatment of injuries or diseases in people or animals by cutting open the body and removing or repairing the damaged part. Surgery is an occasion when a medical operation involving cutting open the body is performed on someone. Example of an surgery in the sentence. The patient had surgery on his heart. The patient underwent surgery on his heart. He made a good recovery after surgery to remove a brain tumor. He has had 3 surgeries on his wrist in the past 2 years. With something as delicate as brain surgery, there is little margin for error. Heart surgery requires tremendous skill and concentration. In the 1870s and 1880s, doctors began to follow the principles of antiseptic surgery. Ligatures are used in surgery to stop the flow of a bleeding artery. Without surgery, this animal will die slowly and painfully.
Vessel. A vessel is a tube that carries liquids, such as blood, through the body. A vessel is a countable noun and is a tube that carries liquids such as blood through the body. A vessel is a tube that carries liquid, especially blood, through the body. Example of a vessel in the sentence. A heart attack is caused by the blood vessels that supply the blood to the heart muscle getting blocked. The blood clots clog the vessels, impeding the normal flow of circulation and posing a serious health risk. Blood vessels are essential components of the circulatory system and are responsible for transporting oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. The walls of blood vessels are composed of layers of smooth muscle and endothelial cells, providing strength and flexibility. Blood vessels come in different sizes and types, including arteries, veins, and capillaries, each with specific functions and characteristics. Damage to blood vessels, such as a tear or rupture, can lead to bleeding and the formation of blood clots. Maintaining the health of blood vessels is crucial for overall well-being, and lifestyle factors like exercise and a balanced diet can promote their optimal functioning.
Lumpectomy. A lumpectomy is a medical operation to remove a lump from the breast. Example of a lumpectomy in the sentence. A lumpectomy is a surgical procedure performed to remove a localized tumor or lump from the breast while preserving the surrounding healthy tissue. After undergoing a lumpectomy, the patient may undergo radiation therapy to target any remaining cancer cells in the breast. The decision to undergo a lumpectomy versus a mastectomy depends on various factors, including the size and location of the tumor and the patient's overall health. In some cases, A lumpectomy may be followed by chemotherapy to ensure the eradication of cancer cells that may have spread beyond the breast. Following a lumpectomy, patients are typically monitored closely through regular checkups and mammograms to detect any signs of recurrence or new tumors. Advances in surgical techniques and technology have made lumpectomies a viable option for many breast cancer patients, allowing them to preserve their breast tissue and maintain a natural appearance.
Thoracic. Thoracic is a specialized adjective in the medical field. Thoracic refers to the chest in humans and animals. Thoracic refers to the chest in humans and animals and is a specialized adjective in the medical field. Example of the word thoracic in the sentence. A thoracic surgeon. A thoracic surgeon is a highly skilled medical professional specializing in surgical procedures related to the organs and structures within the chest cavity. A thoracic surgeon is trained to diagnose and treat conditions affecting the lungs, heart, esophagus, mediastinum, and other thoracic organs. As experts in their field, thoracic surgeons are experienced in performing complex surgeries such as lung resections, coronary artery bypass grafting, and esophageal tumor removal. Thoracic surgeons work closely with a multidisciplinary team, including pulmonologists, cardiologists, and oncologists, to provide comprehensive care for patients with thoracic conditions. With their extensive knowledge and surgical expertise, thoracic surgeons play a crucial role in improving the health and quality of life of individuals facing thoracic diseases and disorders. Thoracic surgery. Thoracic surgery is a specialized branch of surgery that focuses on the treatment of conditions affecting the organs within the chest cavity, such as the lungs, heart, and esophagus. Common thoracic surgical procedures include lung resection, heart valve repair or replacement, and the removal of tumors or abnormalities in the chest. Thoracic surgery often involves making incisions in the chest wall to access and operate on the affected organs, requiring a high level of precision and skill. With advancements in technology, some thoracic surgeries can now be performed using minimally invasive techniques, such as thoracoscopy or robotic-assisted surgery, which offer smaller incisions and faster recovery times. The field of thoracic surgery plays a vital role in the diagnosis, treatment, and management of various respiratory and cardiovascular conditions, contributing to improved patient outcomes and quality of life.
This content is mainly for the purpose of learning and expanding your English vocabulary. We are learning American English. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Thank you for considering subscribing to see more exciting videos.